All right. Let's, as we continue on here in tonight's program, we have a Tony Michaels update. I forgot I even had this.
He's been quiet for a little bit.
You know how Tony Michaels, the K2 stuff came out? We did our big expose that Muttering Jay and, oh God, I keep wanting to call him Jimmy Justice. He's been in our chat the last few days. He's like the Jimmy McGill character for the Dabblers.
There's a lot of them.
The lawyer, Jimmy Dabbler, I think his name is. Well, anyway, those two have been deep diving into the, oh God, I keep wanting to call him Sosnowski. What's his stage name?
Tony Michaels.
Tony Michaels, thank you. Michael Sosnowski, who was arrested for selling and distributing K2. There were asset seizures. Then all of a sudden, when he got out of the prison or the federal system, all of a sudden, like 4 days later, he starts this shed building company. And you're wondering where the seed money went.
Mondo Homes.
Jimmy Dabbles. Thank you very much, Sean. I appreciate that. Mondo Homes. Yes, thank you, April. Thank God I have the chat and I have you because I forget all of the good details.
They're unimportant.
To get to the next thing.
Except for the people. The chatters are good.
So because of the information we got from Muttering Jay and from Jimmy Dabbles, we were able to put together, and also Joe Depot, we were able to put together this big 45-minute thing that's up on our channel right now, totally exposing Tony Michaels on our show. Well, Tony, for the life of him, will not mention it on the air. He will not talk about it directly. He will not address it. But now, however, Tony also one of those guys that when trolls come around or when he wants to shit on Chrissy Mayer or he wants to shit on us or anybody else, you motherfuckers, these fucking cucks, fuck them, they suck, they're fucking bitches. Bring it on, you motherfuckers. You want to use my drive-through videos? Fuck you, go ahead, I don't give a fuck. As April said, he uses fuck to show you he's such an edgy guy.
Aggressive for no reason.
Aggressive for no reason. So we decided, well, let's put this little sumbitch to the test. He seems to have how would country people say it? He seems to have a little too much hitch in his giddy up. You know?
Sure.
He seems to have a little too much diesel in the tank, as it were. So let's test this guy.
He's excited.
Yeah, let's test this guy a little bit. So we tested him. Nothing. This guy ain't got shit for anybody.
He's too cool for us.
I mean, we go in there, we hammer him with the K2, we hammer him with the shed. See, I think Tony's problem is, Michael Sosnowski. I think his problem is he thought it was going to be the drive-through, and that was the end of it. Nobody would connect Michael Sosnowski and Tony Michaels.
I will say somebody had to dig kind of deep.
Muttering Jay, Jimmy Dabbles, and Stut Joe Depot is your answer. So you have that. And then we put that video up, and Tony will not address it. I'm getting my cows mixed up. Tony will not address it. He will not talk about it. And that's obviously by design, right? He doesn't want people knowing. He doesn't want people talking about it.
If you don't acknowledge it, it doesn't exist.
Well, have you ever heard when we listen to clips of Tony's show, his guest, Texas Paul? Remember Texas Paul? He brought that guy on.
I don't know if I do.
He's a Texas liberal. Look out. Yosemite Sam with an LGBT flag. Pew, pew.
That I can recall, yeah.
You know, his walking Southern gimmick. So Paul Schroeder, Texas Paul on Tony Michaels' show, decided to make a post. And after he made this post, and Jimmy Dabble says we dug deep. You guys are still digging, and you're doing a wonderful job, and I can't thank you enough for the content you've brought, not only this show, but that whole community. This video, this is Muttering Jay posted this. He said, this video posted and deleted yesterday by Texas Paul followed a defense of the Tony Michaels. Was he referring to Michaels? If not, who was he talking about? So, as those guys do their investigative journalism, I have to throw in my own little theories here.
I'm ready.
Texas Paul releases the video we're about to show you. Obviously, it's going to be referencing Tony Michaels. Tony Michaels has not addressed the drug thing, hasn't talked about it since we've come out with our thing, has actively stayed away from it. My guess, and tell me if I'm crazy, Texas Paul comes out with the video. He shows it to Tony. He goes, see, I got your back, buddy. And Tony goes, are you out of your fucking mind? Yeah. Take that down right now. They will find it, and they will shove it up my ass until I bleed.
I can see it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's watch Texas Paul after I read a very nice compliment that Paul Polito gave you a little bit ago.
What is that?
I revised my opinion of April. She isn't generic Jules David. She's improved Jules.
That's a good compliment, I'd say. I like Jules.
Evolved Jules David.
Aaron finds her to be far too high most of the time and giggly.
I think she's a bit on the giggly side for me, but hey, some people like it, I guess. Anyway,
Mike likes it.
this is Texas Paul and his defense. We can all put it together ourselves and decide if he's talking about Tony Michaels. Guest on Tony's show, guy they have on weekly, if not daily. I don't know why the fuck you would do this. This seems like the dumbest goddamn thing you could ever do. I would always check with the person before I put out a fucking video like this, but here we are.
Say, guys, I'm sorry about having to drag another right-wing fuck nugget through my Twitter feed, but this...
Oh, and by the way, guys, I'll let Jimmy Dabbles, Stut Joe Depot, and Muttering Jay fight over who's the fuck nugget.
I was just wondering that.
On three, so Jimmy Dabbles, Stut Joe Depot, and Muttering Jay have been all over this. I say on three, we both say who we think he's talking about.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Muttering Jay.
Depot.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Stut Joe Depot did come out with the video.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I think that.
So it could be him. I think Muttering Jay, but either guess is as good as any. I love how these guys only think in political terms. Like, Muttering Jay is just a guy who's fucking around with people. Jimmy Dabbles is a guy just fucking around with people.
They're all fucking around.
Yeah, no, it's not like a right-wing thing or a left-wing thing. Tony Michaels being a left-wing talking point hack is like the 47th thing wrong with him. Like, it's not important to me at all.
It's very far down the list.
If he were Glenn Beck's sidekick, I'd still think he's a,
yeah. Come on.
But anyway, actually, I shouldn't say words like that, like Italian words that I don't know, because
you might be.
I could have just said the N word or something.
Yeah, you might be saying,
I have
bundles of sticks everywhere.
I have no clue what I just said. I apologize in Italian. Mi scusi, mi scusi. So anyway, this guy's got to drag a right-wing fuck nugget. You hear that, Muttering Jay? You right-wing fuck nugget Nazi, you? Let's listen to what Texas Paul has to say.
This one was important. A buddy of mine a long time ago got busted on a drug conviction a while back. Not a long time ago, a while back. Got busted on a drug conviction. Cleaned himself up, did his time.
Yeah?
Now he's got a family to take care of.
Oh.
Stand-up guy. He has been open about it on his show. He's told people.
No, he hasn't. The
Not
whole
really.
reason we're busting his balls about it is because he changed his name, goes by a completely different identity, tries to be this political guy, tries to judge people like Herschel Walker for their personal shortcomings, and they're a piece of shit, and they're disqualified for paying for the abortion, and they're this thing and they're that thing. By the way, the only people he disqualifies and criticizes are, conservative or Republican people. Never his own side. He's one of those hacks. I like a guy when I watch him and he's busting everybody's balls. I like that.
That's how you should be.
I like a guy who's making fun of Dr. Oz for being a phony-ass, fake carpet-bagging sack of shit and then makes fun of Fetterman because he should not be in the race. I like that.
You can't talk.
But this guy goes, oh, yeah, he's addressed it on his show. Bullshit, Klaus. He has not addressed a goddamn thing, and that's why we like making fun of him.
Pretty quiet.
So anyway, continuing on. You think it's Stut Joe Depot. I say Muttering Jay. 6 of one. Half dozen of the other.
About it, but a couple right-wing fuck nuggets doxed him and have been harassing him, demanding that he needs to atone to them.
First of all, they're fucking around. Second, not to blow the gimmick here, Texas Paul. You varmints, you rascally right-wingers. Suffer and succotash. Now I'm mixing characters.
Yeah.
Now he's doing? Now he's going to light a Acme rocket on his ass and fly around. They're fucking around, first of all. Second of all, it has nothing to do with Tony's politics. And third of all, they didn't dox anybody. Everything they found was public record. Your boy put privacy claims on multiple videos, including ours, and YouTube came back with, no, they're fine.
Fair use.
This is totally fair. These are legal records. These are newspaper articles. These are public filings for a business. all of this stuff is fair game. So I'm sorry. None of that is doxing, Texas Paul. Stop.
For what he's done. No, he served his time. He's square with the house. He's cleaned himself up. He's done what's right by him and his family, and that's the only people he needs to fucking answer to. Period.
All right. Then why don't you shut the fuck up? Because he clearly is not talking to us. He's clearly not addressing it. He clearly wants it that way. He doesn't need Texas Paul showing up in damn near his wife beater at the end of the night after his wife's made some air fryer fried chicken for us with some mashed taters and asparagus tips. He doesn't need Texas Paul with gravy on his chin going, let me defend my buddy Tony Michaels from the right-winger Nazis.
I've been sitting here with a total shit grin picturing how mad Tony was
Oh
once
my
this
God.
came out.
Furious.
Just livid.
You might have to suspend old Texas Paul from the show for a while for making the drug video. By the way,
what a loss that is.
I am writing this one down. We are saving this one because I think Tony might want to see it.
Yeah, old Texas Paul's got his Instapot out. You know he just had dinner.
That's, yeah. Old Texas Paul ate his pot roast and gravy from his Instapot.
Now, people are entitled to their opinions and say whatever they want to say. But
I mean, you'll call them right-wing fuck nuggets and trolls and all that, but yeah, they're entitled to their opinion. All right, here's my opinion. Your boy is a schemer. Your boy is
shady.
He's shady. He's a shapeshifter.
when you harass somebody,
It's public.
especially somebody that dealt with an addiction and shit,
Time out. We are not fucking with Tony Michaels, Michael Sosnowski. We are not fucking with the Polish Hammer because he had an addiction. That's one
No.
thing. If you were sitting there going like this, and like, oh man, I'm really jonesing for some K2, that'd be terrible. That'd be awful. You don't see us fucking on Artie Lang. I hope Artie Lang's doing great wherever he is.
Hope he's well.
It ain't about addiction, you fucking victim player.
Dishonesty?
It's about, no, he wasn't addicted to K2. He was selling it to people.
Oh, yeah, that too.
He was a poison dealer. He was a guy dealing poison. You and Tony Michaels will go on your little shows and you will castigate and chastise and ridicule and call awful, terrible, irreversible names to people who just have a different political opinion than you. And you're going to begrudge us busting the balls of a guy who dealt poison, maybe even to kids? We don't know where those drugs ended up. So I'm sorry, you're not going to tug at my heartstrings and go, oh, Tony Michaels, oh, he had an addiction. An addiction to selling poison to people, I guess.
you end up on my bad side.
Oh, that's it. Oh, why you oughta, I tell you right now, put up your dukes, young feller. We're going to have ourselves a Dallas fisticuffs. Woohoo! Texas Paul here telling you to talk into the microphone. I got a backup mic right here. You want to taste some of my San Antonio brisket? Or should I give you my El Paso barbecued ribs? Fuck off, you Larry the Cable Guy in his 60s douche.
I just don't appreciate
Yeah?
people of such low character.
Oh.
And of course, this was a stolen valor fuck nugget too. So
What?
What is
that's
with the
kinda
fuck
people
nuggets?
I was a colonel!
talking about. But anyways, sorry for dragging him through the timeline again, but it was necessary.
It was necessary.
Oh, he had to apologize. He knew that
Yeah.
Tony would be mad about this.
It was necessary until Tony saw the video and said, hey, Texas Paul, all due respect, what the fuck are you doing?
A little surprised he didn't ask him to take it down.
Right?
That's probably what I would have done.
No, I think he
if I was
did.
Tony.
That's been taken down.
Oh, how'd you watch it then?
Muttering Jay found it.
Okay, so it's not completely down. It's somewhere.
Muttering Jay is my sleuth, brother. Muttering Jay, you need something found. Muttering Jay will get it for you.